communique, policy documents, strategic narratives, and citations of these sessions tonight. What did Mr. Adedeji say about Africa and the real estate industry? It is going to be designed as a document and presented to the relevant government agencies, both in Nigeria and in the African continent. Whether they use it or not, it is not our business. We have done our part to contribute our quota to the development and advancement of the African civilization. Africa is not asleep. Africa is alive. And this gathering is proof that our time is now. Said, there is no politics without economy. And what that means is no African is permitted to talk about politics or argue about politics if their economy is not stable. And this is the reason economy and entrepreneurship are part of the integral aspect of this conference. The same way last year, and we're also following that path this year. It is a pathway to self-sustainment. Arts and entertainment that carry our stories and define our global image. 25 years. She would have been present here today, but she is having her 25 years anniversary in Lagos. Tomorrow, integral and raising. Everybody's talking about GMO now. What do you think about the GMO? We would like to hear your opinion. What do you think about the GMO? Talk. It has its pros and its cons. We're going to have all those conversations because these are conversations that are very important in the African communities. Spirituality and the faith movement. How do we integrate spirituality, whether it's African cosmology, Igbo cosmology, Yoruba cosmology, into the home in peace and not fight themselves and not slap. This is more than a waiting to be seen. Welcome to the elevation. Welcome to the International Conscious Conference. And I'm going to end with this. Africa does not need the world. The world needs Africa. Thank you very much. Guys, I think you can do better with the round of applause.
Okay, so for some of us that are just meeting Femi Jubal for the very first time, I think me too, I like this cultural pulpit. Or everybody does. An author and a writer, he has several books that he has written. He has inspired the next generation of authors. He has done a lot in shaping the minds of African and Africans. And he's somebody to be celebrated. Let's give him another round of applause, please. So, as he has set the pace, this is International Conscious Conference 2025, and it's not a forum where we just come and listen to speakers, but it is that we envisage. And recognition will be an ongoing process as by here. Let me roll out the list of guest speakers that we should be expecting to hear from in the course of the event. If in person of Nana Sani Kazaure, a politician and a women's rights advocate. We also have Dr. Christos Etoka. Please give him a round of applause. We also have Abimbola Ajimi Pose Junaid. Please give her a round of applause. Also, we have Mr. Andrew Muhammad. Please give him a round of applause. With us also, we have Tolesi Ilesanmi. Please give him a round of applause. Also with us, we have Citizens Oluwatosin Akin Bade. Please give him a round of applause. With us also, we have Dr. Olusegun Ayodeji Olorunipa. Please give him a round of applause. Dr. Shegun is here with us. Also, we have Nze Tobe Osigwe. Please give him a round of applause. He will be joining us online. Also, we have Coach Femi Johnson. For those of us who are Abuja residents, the number one karate fighter is going to be with us here. Because we have Oluwa Belumi Folarin. Please give him a round of applause. Also, we have energy practitioner and coach, Dr. Iwawari Brian James. Please give him a round of applause. Also with us today, we have Ambassador Enakeme Ojineme. Mr. Femi already spoke about her. She's a rights advocate and a frontline fighter for justice, equity, and fairness. Also, we are going to be having Charles Itutumi Nimi, who is going to be talking to us on numerology. Please give him a round of applause. Also, we are going to be having Colette Davidson to talk about the alchemy of food. We just spoke about GMO. She's going to be elucidating on every point on food and what we eat. Please give her a round of applause, even though she's absent at the moment. Also, we have Hadiza Yunusa joining us. Also, we have Dr. Diana Mary Tiku Nsan, who is going to be launching a book and also everything around that area. So please give her a round of applause, please. Also, we are going to be having with us today Dr. Michael Mustafa joining us. Also, we are going to be having engineer Oluwakemi and Melody Areola, who is going to be talking about the future of work. What does work look like in the future? She's going to be painting that picture for us here today. Please let's give her a round of applause in absentia. Also, we are going to be having Adedeji Abiodun, who is going to be speaking to us on various issues on real estate, investment, entrepreneur, and every other thing around that field. Please give him a round of applause. Also, we have in our presence Honorable Izeko Lovett, who is representing the PDP in Abuja Center. Please give her a round of applause. Also, we are going to be having with us online Deolu Tobechukwu, who is an environmental activist, and he's going to be joining us online. Please give him a round of applause. I'm sure he's already live with us. Also, we have Adewale Emmanuel Omitiran. Please give him a round of applause. Also, we have with us Elvis Orijebi. Please give him a round of applause. Also, we are going to be having Hawa Abubakar Yusuf. Please give her a round of applause. And then I'm sure we're not tired of clapping for all the guest speakers because the event is fully loaded for us. So everybody has something to pick from the event and then to contribute to our holistic growth as Africans. So the list is going to continue. We are going to be having Temitope Ruth Jacob. Please give her a round of applause. She's here with us. And then we are going to be having Prophet Munacho. Please give him a round of applause. And then we are going to be having Halima Sadia Abdusalam. Please give her a round of applause. Oh, she's here with us. Hajia, you're welcome. And then lastly, from our guest speakers, we're going to be having Mr. Aliu Suleiman, who is a Pan-African and an activist, joining us all the way from Kaduna State. Please give him a round of applause. He's going to be talking to us about African and our struggles. So, running very quickly into the program, I want to invite the first speaker to set the pace and to charge the environment for what we are going to be doing today. And please join me welcome Hajia Nana Sani Kazaure as she comes for her keynote address. You're welcome, Hajia.
Can we amplify the volume a little bit? The volume of that song. I want us to please pay attention to the words of that song. That verse speaks of freedom. Group of people. And when I initially, can we, as in, it's okay, thank you for the music. I've been asking us to turn it down to stop. Yeah. We believe in Nigeria and the promise that she holds. When I started writing, I've been extremely busy in the last 2 weeks. I've not had breathing space. And when I started writing, I found I was writing as a politician who's in the opposition. And early this morning when I woke up after my Fajr prayers, why did you become politically exposed 3 years ago? And I looked at what I had already printed out. And that's not what I wanted to talk about. We all know what, here I'm doodling. We say it. May Nigeria not happen to, And then I asked myself those pertinent questions and I said to myself, the reason I started to speak up was mainly because I grew up in a very national stepdaughter of a Yoruba called for me to see tribe. Because the truth of the matter is, I was raised by my stepdad in a home filled with love. And he was in the military. He retired as a senior officer. So the truth is, that means we were integrated. So I just woke up one day and found out that Nigeria was going in a certain direction that I didn't recognize. So the topic for my conversation this morning, and when my love for my country, Kazori. I'm from Jigawa State. I'm from Kazori. And I was somebody who broke his presidential race. And the rest, they say, is history. So now where I would like Nigerian program, yes, it's an international program, it's an African program. So I decided to even edit my title again, because initially I wrote Nigeria of Nigeria. I'll tell you people a personal story. I just remembered. I traveled to Dubai with my family one time, and I lost my passport. So I was a Jane Doe. If they had killed me, if I had died, nobody would know who I am, because my family had to leave me in Dubai and come back home. And I had lost my passport. And yes, there was all the immigration, there was all that. It was a long time ago, so we had to send a document because at that time we didn't have a Nigerian embassy in Dubai. They had to send a document from their immigration all the way to Kuwait. And then from Kuwait, I got what is called a laissez-passer. In French means let her pass. And every night, I would just be worried for myself. Because here I am, a strange person in a strange land. I barely speak any Arabic. Do you understand? And when I came home with my laissez-passer, a piece of paper telling me I should come back home. When people were shouting, oh, the airport is smelling. Oh, my God, the weather is hot. Oh, I just stopped the whole crowd and I said, can you people just stop? Can we stop complaining? We have a country. You have your document. What are we going to do better than complain? Nigerians know your history. Do you know, Nigerians sitting here, and I'm speaking to Africa, but I'm speaking for Nigeria, are we aware that there was a time in Nigeria, today, if South Africa can speak that they have a level of independence, is because Nigerians fought for their independence. South Africans attacked Nigerians. Nigerians risked their lives. Nigerians stood against international government. Nigerians used the entertainment industry at the time. They sang songs of solidarity so that South Africa can enjoy the independence that she enjoys today. What they've chosen to do with that independence is a whole other kettle of fish, and it's their kettle of fish. This same Nigeria that we vilify, also, General Murtala Muhammad, stating very clearly under the MPLA, speaking, he was rallying around other African countries to ensure that countries like Angola be free. My father had friends and coursemates, my stepdad now, had friends and coursemates that worked and fought free other African countries. That's the country every single one of us sitting here comes from. That's our pedigree. That's our story. And it should never be taken for granted. We should not be mocked just because, unfortunately, we've had a series of poor leadership. Does not change the fact that we are the giants. I was thinking we'd give up. No. Please don't say it when you get to Senegal. Do you know that a Yoruba man, Chief Justice Akinola Aguda, was the Chief Justice of another country? Because Nigerians are cerebral. Because Nigerians, when we put our heart to something, good or bad, we succeed. When we hear of our don't have brains, it's because given fuel, something to me. A lot of people sold it. So to you, you don't think it was this. Irrespective of how they tell us, better young people have been able to do in the entertainment MVCA Awards, where the Nigerian attire was just all over the internet, made by Nigerian tailors, made by Nigerian. So the fashion industry in Africa is nothing without the Nigerian tailor. And the beauty about us is our entrepreneurial spirit. Is it Nollywood? I hope we are aware that after Hollywood and Bollywood, it's Nollywood. We are the third largest movie industry. These are not simple feats. Today, our musicians, Afrobeat has become, even Prince Charles, I was shocked when Prince Charles was having an interview. And he was saying, I think he listens to, is it Wizkid or Burna Boy, one of the two, King Charles. He mentioned on his playlist, Obama, the former president of America, on his playlist, Nigerian Afrobeat. So we are influencers. Everywhere we go, we influence. But now, even our food, they'll be struggling jollof rice with us. Those Ghanaians will be struggling jollof rice with us. Those Gambians will be struggling. That's because, you know what? I remember one time I was in Ghana, and they were telling me, oh, something, something, you Nigerians, something, something. My cousins, by the way. Anyways, and I said to them, I said, you guys don't have the variety that we do. You go to somebody's house and they've mixed their jollof rice with crayfish. Do you understand? We've mixed jollof rice with palm oil and a bit of groundnut oil. We have our own. So there's that variety. There's a meal in Ghana called wache. It's eaten predominantly by the northern Ghanaians who are predominantly of Nigerian descent anyway. So when you're Hausa and you hear waike and a Ghanaian is telling you wache, it's our rice and beans. So even our food has gone international. There are companies abroad now. In fact, I was stunned. I'm part of a group where we import things from China. They're importing banga soup. They're making banga soup. They're making our egusi soup. They're making, and I'm like, whoa. That's a whole other industry on its own. Yes, Nigeria is plagued with insecurity. Yes, Nigeria is plagued with the menace of cyber insecurity. But who is the Nigerian at heart? So I'm asking you, somebody should give me an answer. I don't want to just speak. I'd like somebody in the crowd to say to me who they think the Nigerian is. Who is the Nigerian? Absolutely. Absolutely. So, when you are an influencer, what you should think about is, what am I influencing? Who am I influencing? I witnessed on the flight, I just got back from Cross River State. My friend lost her dad, and I traveled, and as we were going, this young man decided to turn on we were told to turn off our phones, and his phone was on. And he was making a call while we were just about to land, which is one of the most dangerous times for you to be on a call. Anyway, to cut a long story short, we made a ruckus about it. And people came and started begging us. And I asked them a simple question. Who are you as a Nigerian? That's the airport security, the DSS, everything. I asked them, who are you as a Nigerian? And they were stunned. They expected me to say, do you know who I am? And I didn't come from that angle. And I told them, I said, the reason why things happen to us the way they do is because we like to cover up. It's because we like to pretend. You know, Nigerians, we're very strong people. We have stealth. So irrespective of what we're going through, we show up. It has its pros, because even Ghana now is daring to say, let Nigeria go. Remember, I'm part Ghanaian. My name is Nana. Nana AC. So my Nana is double barrel. When you're an influencer, you need to retool your mind. When you are a Nigerian, just know that there's greatness inside of you. Make it imperative that you're discovering. You see, yes, I know that Mr. Femi said it's an African whatever, but you know what? I'm speaking to my people in my country. It's time to stop the whitewashing. What is wrong is wrong is wrong. If you know about it, speak up. The reason why we jackpot to countries that are not up to us is because we don't speak up. It's because we are afraid to speak up. It's because we have allowed ourselves to be less than who we were born to be. And that's why I said, know your history. Any of these countries that are talking, we fed Ghana. We fed them. Tell any Ghanaian. Nigerian farm. We were the one that taught them if you prepare Gary this way to rise and rise and rise. Because you know that there was a time in Nigeria, Gary was for what? Poor people. Yes? I lie? I lie? We fed some of these countries. What's happening? That we can't even feed ourselves. There's the fear of food shortages. We won't say we're not aware. In our own country, why? Because all we do is consume, consume, consume. And our lines of production on a daily basis are growing slimmer because of insurgency. Agrarian communities are depleted. There's destitution. What are you and I going to do about it? Every time I come into halls, I ask a question, when are we going to leave the halls and go right back and face those people that are bothering us? No African should be able to stand up to any Nigerian and treat us as if we are less than. And you know when that will stop? Do we know? Do we have an idea of when this will stop? Pardon me? When I begin my tribe, not my religion, not my ethnicity, and that's why I told you people a brief history of my life. Being raised in the home of a man from another tribe. Until the day I do not see him as a Yoruba man, because I remember they called his name and he's Yoruba. Yes, you, in the brown cap. Until I don't see the next person as an Edo person or an Auchi person. I don't see this person as Hausa or the next person as Birom. I just see them for their humanity and what it is they can bring to the table, but in relation with one another. Until we tear down those things that, because at the end of the day, that's what is used against us. That's why we don't have health care that we should. Are you aware that Nigeria is the worst country for a woman to give birth? Oh, yes, I have lost 2 sisters to childbirth. One in Burkina Faso, the other in Kano. So you can see that that is a raw nerve for me. My 2 sisters didn't have to die in childbirth. Have the health care that we should. See, have you never bought fake drug before? Innocently. And you discovered it was fake. What did you do about it? Have you never bought fake fuel before? I'm asking, have you ever bought adulterated fuel before? Did you do anything about it? Have you never lived in a substandard house before or seen a substandard house? What did you do about it? Have you ever ordered pounded yam and they mixed it with semo? Or they mixed it with gari? What did you do about it? Have you never bought palm oil that you know this is not original palm oil or groundnut oil or engine oil? What did you do about it? So you're part of the problem. You are part of the reason why Ghana, South Africa, and some funny countries, with all due respect, even America, even the UK, today our naira has been devalued. Yes, for political reasons, economists will come and tell you, but why? We didn't say anything. Our parents didn't say anything. And today we are also silent. So if we do not speak up, if we do not stand up for one another, then I'm sorry, it might just be bleak for Nigeria. If we do not stop the bleeding and start the healing, we might not have a Nigeria in the few coming years. We stop the bleeding. I like to be interactive. Can somebody share one pointer, something? How do we stop the bleeding in our country? Absolutely. What does being a patriot mean? It's in Nigeria's best interest to continue to play the leading role, even just because of our shared numbers, even just because of our sheer brilliance and tenacity. We must not drop the ball. And if you are not, Mr. Femi said something about politics and economy. I've always said to people that they walk and they work hand in glove. So if you are not politically inclined or exposed, you're not doing your country a service. Nigeria is in an emergency situation. Mayday, mayday. Join a political party that aligns with what you believe in. I'm serious. Because it's the politics that handles your policies. And it's those policies and the lack of the will of leadership that has put Nigeria where she is today. I don't think there's anybody below the age of 18 here, is there? Okay, maybe 2 or 3. We can see those that are not yet. But if you're not a card-carrying member, if you don't have your voter's card, then you are equally as bad as the government you complain about. I can see somebody burying his head. I'm glad I've been able to prick your conscience. If you're not carrying your voter's card, you're a problem. And I always say to people one simple thing. If you are an adult and you don't go out to vote, you don't have any reason to complain. Be quiet. I'm asking because people don't realize exercise your right to vote. Please complain if you walk into a place and the AC is not working. Don't complain if the price of rice is not regulated. Don't complain if the price of fish was 700 yesterday, it's 4,000 tomorrow. Don't complain because you didn't participate. When I say speak up, I also mean with your thumbprint. And there's that story, votes don't count in Nigeria. Yes, they don't. That's because you don't participate. Because the truth of the matter is 20 of us registered here in this polling booth. And 20 of us showed up. Is it 1 or 2 or 3 thugs? That 50 willing people? 100 willing people? I sit on television and I ask Nigerian government, how many bullets do you have to take out 200 million people? Now go tire. How many? We are the giants of Africa. It's no gainsaying. It's not talk. It's no cap, like young people say. We're not capping. But then what do we do? What are we doing? What do we say about our country? What do we say? How do we feel about our passport? I stopped complaining about my country a long time ago. I'm born Nigerian race. And I'm giving us a charge today. That everywhere we go, wear your Nigerianness. Don't let them talk you down. I had a woman one day. My story is long. Is my 30 minutes up yet? Let me know. Last story. I had a woman. Her name was Shaila. She's Indian, Kenyan. And then we had Koja. And we were working with Schlumberger at the time. And she said, oh, she was having dinner with people, and they said to her, she was quite nasty to Nigerians. And the reason I'm sharing this story is, she said, oh, that they were sitting down, and the people were like, oh, you know, Nigeria is the bottom, the buttocks of Africa. And other Nigerians were sitting down there. The trigger, just draw your African map and how gracious even our geography has been to us. And I told her, I said, you all are illiterates. And if it was good for you in India or Pakistan, why are you in Kenya? You're not Kenyan. And she was so upset. And remind us. So there's a song we used to sing when we were small. I don't know if you all know it. Nigeria go survive. Africa go survive. Africa, let's sing. Nigeria go survive. Africa go survive. My people go survive. Oh.
Let's give her a round of applause, please. Nigeria is not just going to survive, we are going to thrive. The theme of this year's International Conscious Conference is Elevate Africa. So when I say ICC, we say Elevate Africa. Can we do that? ICC. That's not powerful enough. Or we've not had breakfast. Okay, so let's do that again. ICC. ICC. We're streaming this event on all our social media platforms. I want to crave indulgence to make posts on social media, tag ICC Global Event. It is written in the bullets with us. Make posts on social media, tag ICC Global, and then tag Femi Jubal. TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all social media platforms. Africa needs to know. I'm sure there is an awakening that is happening now. Hajia Kazari has set the pace, and we are going to be going on with the next speaker, who is in the person of Dr. Olusegun Ayodeji Olorunikpa. Please give him a round of applause. While we wait for him to come on stage, we're going to take his citation, and then he's going to be talking about, is African music dominating the world culture? Whiskey, Davido, Burna Boy, what they are doing, how is it shaping the world? He's going to be diving into all that and even many more. Please welcome Mr. Olusegun.
Missionaries and every young creative tuned in from across the world. My name is Dr. Olusegun Ayodeji Olorunikpa. Can you guys hear me? Okay. Is it better? Yeah, okay. Thank you. Okay, so my name is Dr. Olusegun Ayodeji Olorunikpa. Okay, and I'm truly honored to be here. I was inspired, so inspired by Hajia Nana. And above all, one thing I've noticed over time growing up is that I think we have the highest hope in the world as Africans. Just to buttress her point before I go into my own topic. And that's one thing I would like everybody to take home from here. Just keep your hope alive. Have hope that tomorrow will be better. That's why when you can go to bed and sleep. If you tell a cripple to go to the airport, that when you get there, there's a mansion and there's food to cater for you and your family for life, Even if he has not eaten, he will get to the airport. That's the hope that we carry as Africans. So I just like you guys to keep the hope. I strongly believe that it's going to work, especially Nigeria. Dominating world culture. Before I relocated to Lagos, it became one of the most sought-after platforms for talents or for creatives. And I remember back then, everybody wanted to be on avant-garde stage. When I say everybody, I mean everybody. I saw the zeal. Everybody, after every edition, people will come and meet me. Slick, what's going on with you? You don't charge people to come and watch talent. You don't even charge them to perform. I just said, I just want people to know the talents that we have as a people. And I sacrificed a lot to making it happen. A lot of people were coming in from Lagos. And we had the likes of Techno, the likes of Simi, the likes of Bears, Jumabi, Saka, Derele, Yemi Alade on avant-garde stage. And so we saw the formative years of those guys and what they have become today. So when you ask me that question, it's not a theory for me. It's a personal thing. It's a personal experience. If we've been able to influence the world culture. Now, today, African music from Burna Boy shutting down stadiums to Thames writing Grammy Award records is a thing of joy for people like me. And of course, you can see how Davido and Rema is trending, even in Tokyo. It's just amazing. It gives you that fulfillment that the borders are opened for the Nigerian content. And of course, before the lights, many of us were laying the bricks. Over the years, I've also helped manage the landmark events in Nigeria, such as Headies Awards, Mark the Ball in Benue, Echo Fest to Peace Square, of Olufumi, Style Plus. I started recording with them. And I was unofficially signed to Two Faces label that year. But of course, I didn't want music to have adverse effect on school. I promised my dad I was going to give him a degree. So the deal didn't fly. But what am I trying to say? Above all, when I realized that someone around me had the same passion and the dream, I had to let go. So as an African or as a Nigerian, there are a lot of dreams, but the backing, and I'm going to be charged, sacrifice my own career for someone else's dream. That person is my younger brother. His name is Jumabi, and he's proudly touring Canada as we speak. Thank you. Now, that decision wasn't easy, but it taught me that legacy isn't about being seen. It's about lifting others into their moment. So back to the main topic. Why is African music dominating? Because it's real. African music is real. It's not fake. It's